If you're going to impart one thing to your sons and your daughters as a father, it should be this: teaching them how to do the harder thing for the greater good. And
yeah, that harder thing, Matt, is by being a high earner, maintaining your high sexual market value, maintaining leverage, and then making sure that your wife has zero incentive to fucking destroy your life. That's the harder thing. I don't need to fucking put my nuts on a chopping block and say, this is the harder thing to do. No, thank you. No fucking thank you. What I will do, though, is I'll do the work where if she decides to leave me, she doesn't get shit. And it's going to be very painful for her to leave. The only way women respect you is if they got the fear of fucking God by leaving you. Not through violence, but through your status, your income, your high sexual market value. That's the only way you keep women in line, guys. In 2025, it's the only way to keep women in line. Women get in line when you have other women in line. And these fucking trad cards don't understand this. And it infuriates me that I keep lying to you guys day after day after day after day.
And if you can't, or if you won't, then you aren't manly. And no matter how much...
Here we go. More feminist propaganda talking points. If you can't do that, then you're not manly. How about I make my money, I increase my status, I go to the gym, I have a girl, but I don't do it with the fucking stain involved. And if she decides that she wants to leave, fuck her. She can leave. But it's going to hurt her to leave.
How much money you have or how much you can bench press. Doesn't matter.
No, it does matter. And of course you would say this. It doesn't matter. It does matter. As you sit there with your bro fucking flannel, with your fucking beer gut, with these looking glasses, you are keenly unaware of how the sexual marketplace works now. I think Matt Walsh has been married for like 15 years. 15 years? This guy got married when Obama was in office, before the explosion of social media and dating apps. And he's trying to tell you guys to be a man? Bro, this isn't fucking Mulan, all right? This ain't Asian China. These are different. This guy married his wife when the iPhone 4 came out. Get the fuck out of here, man. I'm probably one of the only people in the right wing that tells you guys the truth about these fucking man. I'm like the only one. Everybody else over here telling y'all niggas to get married and destroy your fucking lives. Everything you work for. Just hand it off to some bitch. Because of religion.
Now, Tate says that men will be men, and yes, that's true, but will they be good men? Will they be men of virtue and fidelity and discipline? They can be if they pursue the higher thing. In a similar way, I might say that many men will father children.
All right, so he's saying fidelity makes you moral. Again, if you're honest with your spouse, you're good. That's why I tell you guys all the time, being true.
That's easy to do. But will they be fathers? They have children. Will they raise them? That's the hard part. Now, I keep talking about hardship and difficulty, rightly so. But I don't want to make it sound like being a faithful husband and father is nothing but misery and drudgery, and all you can do is just grit your teeth and bear it. That's not the case. I love being married. I love being a dad. It's a lot of fun much of the time. It's a source of great joy. That's what happens when you simply let go of your childish need to put your own immediate gratification before anything and everything all the time. You discover an ability to do the harder thing and actually enjoy it. The way that guys like...
See, now, again, he's using his own experience to try to tell you guys that this is what it's like. Unfortunately for Matt Walsh, and he doesn't know this, a majority of men absolutely hate their marriages. A majority of men are fucking plow horses in their marriage. A majority of guys can't stay in their marriage. A majority of guys are miserable in their marriages. Very few marriages are happy for the guy, bro. Most guys just grit their teeth and fucking deal with it. You're lucky because you're in a position where you have a good marriage and you're happy about it. And that's fantastic. But for you to sit there and try to extrapolate that and say, yeah, the rest of society is going to get this happiness too, bro, you're not living in reality, man. You're not living in reality, bro. It's actually really crazy to me how, like, disconnected these guys are from like what it is. And I can see now why so many young men in the political right are going towards guys like Nick Fuentes versus Ben Shapiro, Charlie Kirk, Matt Walsh, all these guys that are sitting there telling you guys to get fucking married immediately. Or me, or whatever. Because we actually can empathize and understand what young men are dealing with. The problems that young men are dealing with now are not the same problems that Matt Walsh dealt with when he met his wife. Matt Walsh met his wife at a time where the internet wasn't a viable way to meet women. Matt Walsh met his wife without the influence of social media. Matt Walsh met his wife before the explosion of women being sluts and being respected for it. So in other words, his marriage avoided one of the most tumultuous times for male and female relations in America. He was able to avoid the turn into this fucked up, deregulated sexual marketplace that we have now. He was able to avoid that. But he's telling you guys that though all these obstacles exist, you'll be fine. There's only one problem with this. If it's not fine, what's going to happen? Ooh. You're going to be cooked.
Like Tate described marriage makes it seem like, we're living in entirely different universes, and perhaps we are. Because
no, we are. We absolutely are.
He describes marriage like it's a labor camp. A man is imprisoned by his controlling, ungrateful, promiscuous wife who runs.
Yes, Matt. Yes. See? Wow. Wow, wow, wow. This proves what I said before. He has no fucking idea. He has no fucking idea. Matt, let me go ahead and take you through the average guy's fucking life. As I see you wearing that nice Rolex Daytona, it's very clear that you don't fucking understand the average man's day. It's very simple. Wakes up. Wife is snoring. Gets up after maybe 3, 4, 5 hours of sleep. Hangs out with the kids a little bit. Gets dressed, goes to work. His wife also goes to work. Put the kids in fucking daycare. Throughout his time at work, his wife is bitching at him over some stupid shit. Menial fucking tasks, chores, whatever. Women like to fight. Whatever. Right? He's sitting there angry because he hasn't got laid in a fucking month. His wife constantly bitches at him. She doesn't go to the gym, and she's insufferable. They've been married for 10, 15 years. She's trying to divorce him multiple times. She had an affair before. He found out and he forgave her. And at this point, he's just working this job so he could pay the fucking high-ass mortgage that she told him to get for that house. Because she was the one that selected that house, by the way, in that neighborhood. He does his soul-crushing day at work, and he goes back home to no food being prepared. His wife is there watching TV, Netflix. She makes some stupid up conversation about some other bullshit that doesn't matter. And then one of them says, I'll go get the kids. They rock, paper, scissors. He loses. He's got to go get the fucking kids. He drives through fucking traffic, gets the kids from daycare, brings them back. When he gets back, his wife orders some Chinese takeout. They eat the Chinese takeout with their kids. Then he sits there, watches some fucking ESPN in his part of the house, his bat cave. Gets about 1 or 2 hours of peace, and then his wife comes in to argue with him about some other bullshit again. 2 to 3 hours later, they go to bed, go to sleep, and do it all over again. This is the average man's life.
out to cheat on him as soon as he leaves for work in the morning. He makes it seem,
oh yeah, forgot. His wife was also a former, like many of these women that are college educated. Girl went to college, got a degree, career woman, like a lot of these women, high likelihood she was.
or outright claims that it's essentially impossible for a man to find a good, faithful woman who will bear his children, stay true to her vows, and respect and love him until he dies. But how could it be impossible?
It's damn near impossible, Matt. And the fact that you're even asking this question leads me to really understand that you are out of touch with reality. You are completely out of touch with reality.
I am currently in such an arrangement.
Your anecdotal experience does not represent the majority of men. What? This guy's arguing like a woman.
I know many men in the same boat.
More anecdotal evidence. This does not represent the overwhelming majority of men, however. Just because you and your buddies, who are all devout Christians, probably that make a lot of fucking money a year, are able to be in a happy relationship, does not mean that the majority of men are going to be able to accomplish this. Incredible.
If you don't know any truly happy and faithful marriages, then I would suggest,
Trust me, a lot of guys don't. In your circle, you have it, because I guarantee you, well, number one, Matt Walsh is a millionaire. Number two, his friends are probably higher earners. But this does not represent the average man at all.
that the problem isn't with marriage. It's that you are surrounding yourself with awful people.
Hey, bro, just get better friends, bro. Get better friends, bro. Okay? And your marriage will last longer. Better friends.
Now, finally, back to the subject of raising boys. I will say that if you want boys to become men, you cannot leave them to be raised almost entirely by women. Boys need the daily guidance and example that can only be provided by a man who lives in the home and has committed himself to that family and that family alone. Now, Tate says that he has more sons than I do. I believe him. But my sons and my daughters have more of me than Tate's children will ever have of him. I come home to them every night. Their home is my home. I sit at the head of our table when we eat dinner. We say our prayers before bed. I give them a kiss goodnight. And every night for years.
And you know what? Andrew Tate's sons are going to be tougher than your bitch-ass sons. I'll say that right now. Guaranteed, his sons are going to be tougher than your sons. As a man, you don't have to see your kids every fucking day. I turned out fine. I barely saw my dad growing up. He was there, but he was a disciplinarian. All right? Shout out to Ciroc, No Diddy, $5. Appreciate that.
As I'm turning off the lights in their room, they say to me, Dad, will you stay up for a while?
Yeah, because they're fucking soft. I try that shit with my dad. Hey, bro, you gonna stay up? Hey, you're a fucking man. Stop being a bitch. Turn the fucking lights off, close the door. That is more important than tucking your kids in and making them soft. My dad was there, but he let me know, hey, man, bitch ass nigga, you got to be able to defend yourself. I ain't always going to be here for you.
Because they want to know that I'll be there awake, watching over the house so they can rest easy. And my answer is always yes, no matter how tired I am. You need to be at home with your children. You need to be the captain of the ship, which means you have.
I agree. You need to be at the captain of the ship. Again, I think that's the ideal. You guys know me. I tell you guys all the time, I don't think cohabitating with women is a good idea. But if you got kids, yeah, you should be there all the time, as much as you can be.
Have to be on the ship. You need to eat and sleep there and walk the deck with your crew and share in the hardship and the struggle and the joy and the triumph. And most of all, you need to be there when the storms come, and they will come. And that's why I have one wife and one family. And they will be mine until I die. And I'd rather die than leave them or betray them. Or frankly, go to a Coldplay concert just to bring
that's even worse.
this all full circle. And that's why all adulterers and fornicators and polygamists and Coldplay fans are today canceled.
All right. So again, look, makes a moral argument for a very real issue that can't be solved with emotion or unfortunately even religion. So again, his idea looks good on paper, but so does communism. We all get paid the same. Bro, in practice, it's not going to work. You know, Matt is operating on idealism. And unfortunately, that ideal has been eradicated thanks to feminism. Women have more to gain from destroying the relationship by staying with you. And I wish it wasn't like that. Just so you guys understand, I wish we were back in like the 1950s where people respected a nuclear family, where women weren't where a woman actually had some kind of pride with sticking with her guy. But this isn't the new normal anymore, man. It just isn't. So Matt can sit there and say, oh, I do X, Y, Z. I sit at the head of my table. I sleep in the same house as my kids, blah, blah. That's fantastic. That's actually great. We need more of that. But unfortunately, the way the sexual marketplace is framed, the way women are, and the way that we have these family courts and these laws, that just won't be the reality for a majority of men. Matt is selling you guys a dream that only a small percentage of you can partake in. Say that again for you guys. Matt is selling you guys a dream that only a small percentage of you can partake in. It used to be the dream for all. But now, maybe less than 10% of men can actually accomplish this and keep that marriage going and make it work. The tide has shifted. Women get too much for doing too little. Women are rewarded for destroying their vows. Women are rewarded for kicking you outside of the house. Women are rewarded for taking prime custody of the children. For every one success story that Matt Walsh has, there's thousands of men that believed in it that got destroyed.
Welcome, punch!
Hit by the reality of the family courts, of hypergamy, of the deregulated sexual marketplace. And the sad part is they don't learn until it's too late. They're sitting there watching the fucking Daily Wire, hoping for a tradcon wife, get their tradcon wife. Tradcon wife does some dumb shit, divorces them, takes their money, takes their house, and destroys their fucking life. Contrary to the Bible that she swore she would be aligned with. Guys, I wish it wasn't this way. I really do. But I'm giving you guys a pragmatic approach to the current sexual marketplace and the new normal. The training wheels that Matt is talking about, religion, shame, institution, love, duty, etc., they're gone. They're gone. Women get more respect nowadays for chasing a career, making money, and being independent. And you have to ask yourself, independent of whom exactly? Independent of you, motherfucker. That's what it's about. Women get more respect for being independent of you than walking down an aisle and having vows. I need you guys to unplug from the blue pill fucking mindset that Matt Walsh has. Because the problem with these traditional conservatives is they're fucking blue pill, bro. And it's painful to hear and see. But I got to drill this into your guys' fucking heads so you guys understand this is the new normal. If you guys really want to be able to have this type of lifestyle that Matt is talking about, you're going to have to be searching far and wide, and you might have to leave the United States. I'm not saying it isn't possible. I'm just telling you guys it's not probable. One more time, niggas. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying it's highly not probable. possible and probable are two different things. So if you guys do want that, go somewhere where the probability is higher. And I'm here to tell you guys, it ain't the fucking United States. It ain't Canada. It ain't the United Kingdom. It ain't Australia. It ain't New Zealand. It ain't Israel. It ain't fucking Italy, France. Any first world country where feminism has taken hold, you need to be concerned with. And here's the thing, guys. This isn't an American problem. I got people watching me now from all over the fucking world, and we're all dealing with the same bullshit, bro. We're all dealing with the same bullshit. All right, let me read some of these chats.